Right. Problem 9.8, it says use conjectures and definitions in this lesson to solve parts A and B. Each part is a separate problem. So part A says if the measure of angle 1 is 63 degrees, find the measure of angle 2 and the measure of angle 3 by calculation. So angle 1 is 63 degrees. So that means angle 2 would actually be the same. So the measure of angle 2 also equals 63 degrees. And this is because make sure to include the explanation as well. So because angle 1 and angle 2 are alternate, interior pairs. Now, alternate means the same as what alternate means is, hey, we've got this transversal, that's this line that's cutting through our parallel lines, and angle 1 and angle 2 are on opposite or alternate sides of that transversal. And also at the same time, you'll notice we have our parallel lines. Well, interior means that they're on the inside of the parallel lines. So those are alternate interior pairs. And always when we have a set of alternate interior, they will always have the same angle measurement. Now, the measure of angle 3, we also need to find for part A. Angle 3 and angle 2 make a straight angle, which we will learn later on is also called a supplementary angle. So the measure of angle 3, let's see, we know a straight angle is 180 degrees. And we know that angle 2 is 63 degrees. So if we do 180 minus 63, we would get 117. So the measure of angle 3 would be 117 degrees. And we also have to give our brief explanation here. And we will say because angle 3 and angle 2 make a straight angle, which is 180 degrees. All right, let's take a look at part B now. So that's all for A. You can always pause the video if you need more time to write. All right. B, it says if the measure of angle 1 is 74 degrees and the measure of angle 4 is 3x minus 18, so we're looking at 1 and 4, write an equation and find x. So notice if I copy down as best as I can, at least on this app, my measure of angle 3, or I'm sorry, my measure of angle 1, and I slide it down onto my measure of angle 4, they are the same. So if I need to write an equation for that, what I could do is I could say 74 is equal to 3x minus 18. And then I could just solve like any other equation. So what I can do is I can add 18 here to make a 0 pair. Add 18 to this side. And 74 plus 18 equals 92. So I would have 92 equals 3x. And then I would need to divide by 3 on each side. And 92 divided by 3 would give me roughly 30. It'll give you in the calculator 30.666666667. Let's round to the nearest tenth. And I would have x equals, actually, you know what I should do is it's not exact, so I should say x equals approximately 30.7. Don't forget your degree symbol. So about 30.7 degrees. All right, let's take a look at C now. So C says if the measure of, let me scoot back up here so we can look at our figure. If the measure of angle 2, so we're looking at angle 2 here, equals 3x minus 9, and the measure of angle 1 equals x plus 25, write an equation to find x. Then find the measure of angle 2. So not only do we need to find x here, but we also need to find the measure of angle 2. Now, remember, my 1 and 2 are alternate interior angles, so they're on opposite sides of my transversal. So opposite, meaning the same as alternate, and they are on the inside or the interior of my parallel line. So alternate interior angles have equal measurements. So what I can do for writing an equation is I can do 3x minus 9 and set that equal to x plus 25. So I think what I'm going to do first is subtract x from this side to make a 0 pair. Do it on this side as well. So I'll have 2x minus 9 equals 25. Now I can add 9 to each side. I've got a 0 pair here, so I'm left with 2x equals 25 plus 9 would give me 34. So I'll divide by 2 on each side to figure out what x equals, and 34 divided by 2 would give me 17. Now we're talking in terms of angle measurement, so I'm going to say 17 degrees. So we found what x equals. Well, we wrote our equation, we found x. Now we need to find the measurement of angle 2. So they told us that the measurement of angle 2 was 3x minus 9. And we determined that x is 17 degrees. So we're just going to go ahead and plug that in for x with parentheses, because we know how important those are. So let's see, I'm going to do 3 times 17, which would give me 51 minus 9, and 51 minus 9 would give me 42. So the measure of angle 2 equals not just 42, but 42 degrees, since we are talking angle measurements. So now we have our x. We wrote our equation and we found the measurement of angle 2. So that's all we have to do for this problem.